This one here I just got in Mosley. That's a pretty rare car there too, for an '83 Camaro.
Yeah, it is.
So they didn't make these from the factory convertible. It's an aftermarket kit that a company was doing.
Factory
Yeah.
for $5,500 to buy the Camaro, and they would send it to a factory in Indiana and have this done to it.
So Chevrolet would do that.
Yeah. Sure.
So you could.
Made 1,000 of them, though.
So that was an option you could buy, but they had to send it to a place and have them modify it for you.
Actually, it cost about as much, maybe a little more than what the car actually sold for.
Wow.
In '83, they were probably at what?
$7,000 car,
Yeah, 7,000-8,000. Oh yes.
and then $5,500 to get a
Yeah.
2-seat convertible.
Wow. Ain't that something?
And it's surprisingly good shape for '83.
Yeah, that's the original dash.
Original seats. Best we
Did this originally have a top on and they took the top
Well,
off when
yeah,
they did that?
It never came back. The top's underneath there, and it just folds back out, up out of the underneath that deck.
kind of like
Oh.
similar to a retractable.
So this is a retractable top.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's manual retractable.
Right.
Okay. Wow. Ain't that something? I'd heard somebody talking about exactly what you're talking about the other day, but I wasn't sure what cars they were talking about. But they were talking about they'd send them to the factory. It might have been talking about this car, because you know how it is. You walk around the car show and everybody's talking about something.
Right.
I went to the Franklin Springs show up there a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I was up there.
Well, there was one up there, but I think it was a 91 or a 93 Camaro. Beautiful car.
Yeah.
But it was the newer version. It had the back seat in it,
Oh.
but it was convertible.
Huh. Oh.
Like this. It had a top that folded up over it.
We raced. We raced at a little racetrack up in Maine, and our first car was a big old Oldsmobile, just because somebody gave it to us. Actually, my first car, believe it or not, was a Volkswagen Rabbit, because they had a mini stock, and somebody gave me that, and I used all that pipe to build the roll cage for that, and I gave it to the guy that built that Studebaker, and he raced it one time and the front wheels fell off it or something, And then somebody gave my son, my stepson was a teenager, and he was kind of running with a bad crowd. His mom said, "How do I keep him out of trouble?" And I said, "Put him in a race car. You'll know where he's at every Saturday night, every Sunday." And so somebody gave him, at first he wasn't interested, but when somebody gave him that Oldsmobile, he was like, "Can we race it?" And I said, "Sure." And went up there and, sawed the roof off what was left of that Rabbit and pulled that homemade pipe roll cage out, pumped it down in there, put the roof back on it, spray painted it, and took it to the track. First night, we blew the pistons so far out of the front of that motor, you would have thought it was exhaust. Just like, but he had the fever by then. So, but one of our cars we raced was one of these, and we raced it a whole season. But we had the worst time keeping the front end straight, because they don't have the steel in the front of them like the early Camaros.
It's unibody.
Yeah,
It's not a
and
scout.
you take a lick on one of them, man, you'd be out there banging on that thing with a sledgehammer trying to get the wheels to face forward again. But it was fast. It was fast till they hit us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got a 305.
Yeah. Cool.
Couple more in here.
Oh, I'm just following you. I'm taking the tour since you're offering it. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is so pretty.
70 old Cutlas Supreme.
Yeah.
It has everything a 442 has except the badges.
Wow, that is pretty. Now, I hadn't seen that one.
And the engine, Wade Dunaway rebuilt the engine and put a mild cam in it. It's about 400 horse.
Yeah. Now, is that a 455?
No, it's a 350.
It's a 350, okay.
The fuel injection. Yeah, it's Sniper fuel injection.
Was that from the factory?
No.
No.
Holly.
Aftermarket Holly Sniper.
The reason I was asking about 455 is because the sheriff or the police chief over in Franklin Springs has a early 442. I think it's a 64.
White one.
Yeah, and it's got a 455 in
It's
it.
amazing how we know the car.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't know who they are, but you know the car.
I know the white car.
And then there's another young lady up in Hartwell, and they came down from New Jersey, and she has one like this with a top on it, and it's also a Cutlass, but it's a Cutlass something, you know.
Calais or Cutlass S.
Could be an S, but it's this body style, unlike, you know.
It's also got a Muncie 4-speed in it.
This one does?
Yeah.
From the factory?
No.
No.
Well, actually, the transmission that came out of this is in that Pontiac out there. And it's got a 400 Pontiac engine, 60 out of Bonneville.
And it's got the bigger stock with wheels.
Yeah.
Aftermarket, but they're bigger.
Yeah.
16-inch. This is a 49 Jeepster. There's a rust bucket when I got it.
Yeah.
We did a lot of sandblasting on that one.
I suspect. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen one of these that wasn't rusty.
Yeah.
This ain't rusty now.
Yeah.
What?
That'd be the first one. But I spent 40 years in Maine, and everything up there was rusty. But a friend of mine had one of these, and he was trying to sell it, but nobody wanted to take it on, you know, because a lot of people don't like fixing rust much. I kind of like it. I'm not good at it, but I don't mind it. I like to cut and weld and stuff like that, you know, even if it is ugly. That's a fun little car right there.
Calling somebody.
Yes, I have the damn crazy phone. I don't know how the hell to stop it from making calls when you put it in your pocket.
Oh, we going that way?
Yeah, we got more cars out here.
Oh, okay.